shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I can be what I want to be, create my reality. I can choose to guide my way each and every day. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. Up the darkest night, there is nothing I can't face. I'm in my right and perfect place. I am the thinker who thinks the thought, changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to make my life.
All right, Linda Ackerman and the band. We do have the power to change our life, and it happens when we change our mind. What a great message. Yeah. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Grateful to have you here in our virtual paradigm here at Unity of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I'm the minister here, and it's such a joy to have you join us this morning. I'm going to start off, of course, with our vision statement, which is this. We envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. And as we do every week, I'm going to show you some of the magnificent faces of this dynamic congregation. They're going to come up on your screen there for you. Honor them as you see them come up. Recognize the face of God in each and every one of those magnificent, magnificent faces that are on your screen. And I'm going to encourage you, wherever you are, to engage with this particular set of directions. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make love starting Sundays with that particular song. It feels so good to get the blood pumping, and I'm always out of breath at the end of it. Whoo! So yes, once again, good morning, good morning, good morning to Unity of Tucson. Drinking water, it's important. We are a spiritual community here teaching one thing and one thing only, and that is ultimately, we're teaching love. We're teaching that the core essence of our beingness is love, and that is the infinite creative power that we call God. We are a spiritual community here to teach and engage practical tools for a better life. It is my belief that we can precipitate our own spiritual evolution. And spiritual evolution, well, actually, no, it's funny, because I'm going to talk a little bit about evolution today in my message. So I'm not going to really go into evolution all that much. The things that happen in the moment as it's happening, it's a reminder that it is live. We are legitimately live. You're watching me live here in the moment. You know what? Let's read together the words of our mission statement here at Unity of Tucson. Why don't we go there? They come up on your screen. Let's read this together. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. And our nature is divine. That is our magnificent truth. Yes. In my expression of this thing called life, I have come to 3 guideposts that have become the tenets of this journey, and I offer them every single week with the idea that perhaps you can take these on, allow yourself to see how you feel around these ideas, and perhaps put them to work in your life, and they are these. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything. Remember who you are. Just taking a breath and feel that. Feel the power of those phrases. And in remembering who you are, remembering who everyone around us is, here's what I know. There is an inherent truth that is expressing itself as you, and it is this: you are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And I think we need to normalize magnificence. That's why I say it all the time. Because the more we normalize it, the more we come to believe it. And I would love for each of us to exclaim, wherever we are, right where we are, let us all say to ourselves, I am magnificent. Here we go. I am magnificent. And check in. What do you hear? That small voice, the back of your mind, saying about that. Does it align and agree with that, or does it not? You get to decide. If it doesn't align with it, perhaps do a little deeper exploration into understanding maybe why. As we allow ourselves to settle into this energy of magnificence, if you would like to type into the chat function, those of you who are watching online, if you'd like to tap into the chat function, just some acknowledgement of the people, the spiritual family that are watching with you, feel free to do so. I'm going to look out at the faces of some of the people that are here today, our board members, because we have a board meeting today. They're here in the room, and I recognize and see the magnificence on the beautiful faces of everybody here present, the magnificent faces of our technical crew, our brilliant, beautiful musicians. As we step into some quiet time with those messages and the energy of love being proliferated, recognizing that it is not limited to our physical space, for as we spread that consciousness of love right from our heart center, it it expands and fills the entire universe. If it's safe and comfortable for you, and if you'd like to close your eyes, you're welcome to do so. As I offer some experience of contemplation, with the eyes closed or with a soft, unfocused gaze, let yourself easily turn the attention to the natural rhythm of your breath, without force or without control, just being aware that the breath is happening. Each inhale and exhale, a reflection of the magnificent circulation of infinite spirit. Easily and gently settling into that as we relax the physical body, letting go of any unnecessary tension, and stepping into a state of receptivity and allowing. Right where you are safe. Right in this moment, you are safe. I allow myself to bring to mind the various seeds which have been planted over the past several weeks during our fall spiritual renewal. The seeds of faith, seeds of understanding, the seeds of will, the seeds of imagination, the seeds of zeal, the seeds of power, the seeds of love, the seeds of wisdom, the seeds of strength, the seeds of order. And today we plant the seeds of release and the seeds of life. Let yourself celebrate the magnificent bounty that grows forth from those seeds. Allow yourself to take it all in and live in this month's affirmation, which is, I am pure consciousness, and I harvest the good now and always. I am pure consciousness, and I harvest the good now and always. Each of those seeds, aspects of pure consciousness, expressing as each and every one of us, as the magnificence of our individuality, the magnificence of our personality. It's all rooted in pure consciousness, flowing forth infinitely. I am pure consciousness, and I harvest the good now and always.
in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know. Right here in this moment, I let go of anything that has preceded this moment. I let go of any anticipation for what is to unfold, and I recognize that I am here, that we are here, here and now. Right here, right now. There is one power, one infinite source, one infinite creative energy. There is consciousness and nothing else. This consciousness is unfolding itself magnificently in terms of all creation. We call this consciousness God, love, the infinite spirit, the magnificent mind. It is all one thing. One flow, one energy, one light, one life. And this is who and what we are. This is our core identity. I allow myself to meditate on this knowledge that the whole of me is divine. The whole of each and every one of us is divine. And knowing this, the words I speak right now are backed by divine power, the divine power of infinite creation. And so I speak my words on behalf of each and every one of us to know that there is only the flow of love, the flow of good. Irrespective of what the circumstances look like, I am rooted in faith that there is only love. There is only life. Stepping into this and allowing this and accepting the good that flows from this use of consciousness, I simply, easefully, and with a deeply grateful heart let it unfold. I trust, I know, and I let it be so. And in the affirmation of acceptance, I know this to be for each and every one of us. And so it is. I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release,
there's a balance sometimes that we have to walk with, allowing a moment to unfold, and then in some ways almost feeling like you're overtaken by the moment, which I felt overtaken by just that entire moment. That felt really good. I'm going to invite Karen to join me for our ceremony. Lighting the flames of faith. These candles represent the faith traditions of the world. And as we light each candle, we are honoring each and every one of them. And there's a deepening understanding, I think, that we're all allowing ourselves to fall into as we experience the magnificence of spiritual practice in myriad ways. This month, each candle that we light, I wanted to explore the various concepts of God or spirit or the infinite, the consciousness, the way, whatever it is, the understanding that there is something more. And so I looked at various statements from each of these traditions to help myself understand this more. And so let's honor these traditions with their statements as we light a candle for the Tao, which teaches that the Tao is the way that pervades all, reflected as balance, the yin-yang that makes up wholeness. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, which teaches that everything is living and has a spirit. The work of the shaman is to link to various places of existence. We light a candle for Hinduism, which teaches that there is one supreme reality manifest as many gods and goddesses. We light a candle for Judaism, which teaches one God, one creator of the universe, with whom all can have a personal relationship. Through a covenant relationship, God does good deeds for those who follow God's laws and bring holiness to every aspect of their lives. We light a candle for Buddhism, which teaches that nothing is permanent, and there are as many understandings of God as there are people, including no God. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, which teaches one God expressed as Holy Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, which teaches that there is one God, Allah, as the one true reality and source of all creation. Allah is eternal, and obedience to Allah's will is the heart of the faith. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, which teaches that there is one God who has been revealed progressively through the world's religions and spiritual traditions over the course of time. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, which teaches that God is consciousness, infinite intelligence, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. There is no thing that is not God. We light a candle for all those who may be as yet unaware of the power and the presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is the healing candle, representing the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed, for that is the true nature of healing, the true understanding of healing, the revelation of the God essence at the core of all creation. And so that is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here On your left is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated with the understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that illumined peace to spread forth from the core of each and every one of us, we create a peaceful world. So let's honor this candle by reading the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. It's a day of something on the throat, the cords. That's fine. I think it's because I've been singing a lot this morning already. The song today, the featured song of the day, is a song that I just love this song. I don't remember where I first heard it, but I've known of it for many, many years. I actually sang a version of it last year around this time at Tucson New Thought, but I learned the whole song this year. And it seems very appropriate for this week. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks or brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score in a world that may bring pain. Thank you so much. Uncharacteristically, I'm not going to talk about the song right yet. I usually talk about the song pretty quickly. I wanted to start today, actually, with a story from the Zen Buddhist tradition. And the story goes like this. 2 monks were about to cross a muddy river. Although a high current was making the river muddy, it was not very deep and was quite formidable. And was quite fordable. Not formidable, it was quite fordable. Those have 2 entirely different meanings. And was quite fordable. Just then, a maiden appeared in a beautiful kimono that went all the way to her ankles. Naturally, the maiden was hesitant to step into the river lest her clothes be ruined. One of the monks asked permission to pick her up. When she nodded, he carried her across the river and put her down. The maiden thanked him and went on her way. The other monk soon caught up with the first, and they both continued on their way. After about an hour, the second monk spoke. "Brother, you did something very wrong back there, you know. We monks are not supposed to touch women, let alone carry them for as long as it took you to cross the river. A full 5 minutes. And you held her so close." The first monk replied, "Brother, I carried the maiden for 5 minutes, but you are still carrying her." I love this story because it is a reminder to me of a couple of things. How easy it is for us to hold on to things when we are not actively thoughtful. And also the power of release that we have at our disposal. The capacity to let things go, to let it go. You know, I've been singing a song all month. Surrender, let it go. Because I knew that we were going to be coming up to this end of the fall spiritual renewal series, and the final message of the series was partly going to be focused on release and our capacity to let go of the things that don't serve us. It's a very important power. In fact, so important that the first talk I ever gave from this platform just over a year ago when I was here as a guest speaker was all about the capacity to be able to put things down. I don't know if you were here, if you remember, I had a bag and I had all of these books and I talked about how we fill our bag with all the great knowledge and all the things that work for us and it works for us and it works for us and we can carry that around and we carry it around and we carry it around and eventually it can weigh us down and we must take stock at some point to be able to look into that bag and say what is ready to be released, what is ready to be put down. That whole talk was all about release. Joseph Campbell summed up part of that concept and the idea of release so magnificently in his quote. He wrote, "We must be willing to get rid of the life we have planned so as to live the life that is waiting for us." It is so easy to make all kinds of plans, and I'm not saying that plans are bad. I'm saying it is important to have goals, but we must also have the flexibility to be able to let those things go if we find that they are not serving us. We must be resilient in our capacity to move forward and let go. There is great, great power in the capacity to release, and I think it is a power that goes utilized far too little. I've held on to things in my life. Oh boy, have I held on to some things in my life that did not serve me. And boy, the freedom that expressed itself when I let those things go. Can you bring to mind anything that you can look to that you have released in your life and it has allowed your life to become lighter? Just bring something to mind. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It can be one small thing. But within that thing, whatever it is, allow yourself to acknowledge the power of release that was at your command the whole time. But boy, do we love to hold on to stuff. There are many ways of release. One of the big ways of release is releasing attachment to material things, letting go of stuff, right? When you let go of stuff, what are you left with? What are you left with? When I first moved to Los Angeles, I went through a breakup with a partner who, it was very tumultuous. It was a very tumultuous breakup. And when we had an apartment together, and I walked out, and I was gone for about a week. And when I returned, he had literally taken everything. And I walked back to an empty apartment. He had decided to move out. I walked back into an empty apartment. And it was in that moment that I had a very strong lesson about release and the capacity for resilience within release. Because I looked around and I thought, he has left with all this stuff. And what I'm left with is my self-esteem, my self-respect, my value, my understanding of my worth in this world. And I can accumulate more stuff if I want it. But what's important here? What's important here? What are you left with when you get rid of all that stuff? There's another thing, letting go of conscious attachments that we have. The conscious attachments of things like guilt and anger and shame. Oh, that's a big one. Holding on to shame for whatever it is. And shame is completely rooted in past experiences, and the degree to which we can let those things go opens us up. Letting go of I can't. It's one of my big ones. I'm always, when people come to me sometimes for spiritual coaching, counseling, spiritual direction, what I often hear are people telling me all the reasons why they can't move forward, why they can't. And I'm always attuned to those words, I can't, and I invite this question: what can you do? What is an action you can take? What is a consciousness you can embody? What is a way that you can move forward? And in the can, you must have a willingness to release all the can'ts. Letting go of the need to compare our present with the past. That's a great one to let go of. Principle is not bound by precedent. Those are the words of Thomas Troward. Principle is not bound by precedent. And I know it's very jargony. People are like, oh, what does that mean? What it means is that that infinite creative principle that is the core of each and every one of us is not bound by anything that has ever unfolded in the past. There is no precedent for what principle can be right now in this moment for each and every one of us. But we must be willing to let go of those past ideas, those past paradigms. When you let go of all of that, what are you left with? Be still and know. Because what I have found is that what I am left with in that is one thing and one thing only: the understanding of the divinity at the core of me, that infinite creative essence, that force that is flowing forth and decided to show up as creation. When we release, we find a path to the acceptance of something new. Something new. It welcomes this affirmation. It welcomes this affirmation of the vital energy, the core life force of our being is engaged and unfolds so magnificently when we release all that stuff that drags us down. And that is what takes us from release into the 12th power, life. That vital energy. That thing at the core of each and every one of us that is pressing forward, saying yes to all creation. Charles Fillmore wrote this: life is the energy that propels all forms into action. Life in the body is like electricity in the motor. Think about that, the feeling of that vibrancy. Life in the body is like electricity in the motor. It is the motivating factor at the core of each and every one of us, the animating factor of all that is. At the core of all creation, is animation, life force. Now, we may perceive something, I talk about it all the time, right? All these things that we perceive as inanimate, like the piano, and I love this piano. But if you go to the core of this piano, it is teeming with life force energy. Because as you explore the makeup of this and take it down and take it down and take it down to the molecular, the atomic, the subatomic, it's all life force energy letting itself be expressed. And it decided in whatever way that it was going to show up as a piano. Just like each and every one of us, on some level, whether we have the awareness of it or not, on some level, we decided to utilize that vital life force energy to show up as an individualization that is each and every one of us. Ooh, what an exciting thing to understand, because it also means that when we harness the energy of that life force, releasing whatever is not in accordance with what we would like to experience, we set forth a new path. We forward a new path across that river into something magnificent. The power is at hand within each and every one of us. And we are not changing the past. Don't try to change the past. You can't do it. You cannot change the past. All you can do is convert the energy moving forward. Because fundamentally in physics, the first law of thermodynamics is energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only be converted. That's true for each and every one of us. We are not destroying any energy, we are simply converting it into the next great expression of our lives. We have the dominion to convert the energy purposefully and directedly, and that is the great gift and power for me of this New Thought philosophy. And it doesn't matter what your background in New Thought is, the core principle is change your thinking, change your life. Change your beliefs, change your life. Allow yourself to take root in that life force energy and utilize it for the most magnificent life that you can create, and you can create it. We can change. As life flows, that's where the energy goes. We direct that flow. And it is important, I think, for me to step into the active direction of that flow. And that, you may think is odd, brings me to the song. As we release, and we set the course for what it is we would like to experience, the fuel in that magnificent creative energy engine, is gratitude. I say it all the time. Gratitude is the fuel in the engine of creation. And if we are looking to create something magnificent in our lives, let us first step into gratitude. Gratitude is so important that in both the modes of prayer that are taught in Unity and in religious science, they both have one of the 5 steps being gratitude, thanksgiving, the capacity to live in gratefulness. When we live in daily or even moment-to-moment gratitude, we are actively fueling that creative engine. Gratitude is a feeling that nurtures the soul. Rabbi Harold Kushner said this: if you concentrate on finding whatever is good in every situation, you will discover that your life will suddenly be filled with gratitude. If you concentrate on finding whatever is good in every situation, you will discover that your life will suddenly be filled with gratitude. when I sing that song, sometimes I'm stopped by the lyrics that are seemingly negative. But part of the structure of the song is to say that despite all of these things that may show up in the world of form, when we step into gratitude, we create the construct for shifting those things into a more harmonious, loving, and constructive place of being. Gratitude and life go hand in hand. Gratitude and release go hand in hand. Gratitude goes hand in hand with all the 12 powers. When we live in gratitude, it is an acceptance that we are living right here and right now in heaven, because heaven is a state of mind. And we create the experience of heaven through the use of our mind. And it is very easy, if we are not on top of our thinking and our belief system, to step into creating the experience of the other place. You know what I'm talking about. But gratitude allows us to acknowledge this good. All these powers, all of them wrapped in gratitude and activated, reveal themselves as you, as me, as all creation, as each and every one of us. You get to activate them in every moment. How are you doing with that? Are you activating them? We have spent these last 6 weeks talking about all of these powers. How are they working for you? What is coming up for you? How are you putting them into practice in your life? In purposefully activating them, I believe that you will find that nothing in your life is impossible. Now we get to the title of the talk. Impossible. Impossible is a consciousness of defeat. But these divine attributes are available to counteract the consciousness of the impossible. Now, I don't know if you get the email, or if you were watching online and you noticed, Freddie has been putting into the pre-roll the message title for the day, and it's, the message title of the day is impossible. But did anybody notice that little leaf that's between the I and the M? To Freddie, I said, I want you to make it look like it might be a mistake that is there. And maybe some people will look at it and go, was that on purpose? Was that a mistake? I don't know. Because it goes in alignment with this magnificent quote of Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, who said this: "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. And you are possible. Each and every one of us is possible. We are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by a spiritual law of cause and effect. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that law is constructive, and the degree to which we step into the activity of creation through these 12 powers, or through whichever technique works for you, we create magnificent lives for ourselves. It's what I speak about at the beginning of every service, putting into practice practical tools for a better life. The law is constructive. We are the ones who decide what to impress upon that law. The law only knows to evolve from whatever we consciously involve and impress upon it. So in what way will you make your impression today into that law of cause and effect that says, yes, yes, yes? What will you release? What will you let go? What will you accept as that life force energy? In what way can you experience that from a consciousness of gratitude and say, I am possible? In what way will you share with the world your personal acknowledgement? I am possible. Everything is possible. I do create. I am creating at all times the magnificent expression of my life, no matter what. Your personal acknowledgement of I am possible is the creative source within you flowing forth into magnificent expression. Do not deny it. Live in gratitude for it, and accept every single day the notion of I am possible. Namaste. as you embrace gratitude this week, it is the week of Thanksgiving. And so I'm imagining that many of us are embracing gratitude this week. I would love for you to consider these as practice. This is your homework, these ideas. Actively release every single day. Every single day, take the time to actively release at least one thing in your life that is no longer required in your experience. Actively choose to release something. That's number one. Number two, do something every single day that activates your life force energy. You get to decide what it is. You know what? It might be taking a bubble bath. It might be, one thing that activates my life force energy is going for a walk on the loop. There are many, singing activates my life force energy. What is it for you that activates your life force energy? Now, there is a caveat to this. I want you to explore something you don't normally do, but perhaps have always wanted to try. Give it a shot. And I'm going to invite you now to reflect on some kernel of truth that may have illuminated itself in your mind through the experience of the message today. Gently release and allow, and let that idea fill your heart, fill your beingness right now. Surrender, let it go. Surrender, let it all go. All the fear, all the doubt, all the pain, all the wounds, feelings of being alone. Surrender, let it go. I acknowledge the all good that exists right here and right now. For there is nothing other than this all good. There is nothing other than consciousness, light, love, life, peace, beauty, joy, wisdom, enthusiasm, order, strength, understanding. All these attributes allowing themselves to be known as this thing called the infinite. And the infinite flowing forth as all these things, showing up as the construct of our experience. The core identity of each and every one of us is God. This gratefulness on demand, this magnificent flowing energy that knows only to express constructively. This is the greatness at the core of each and every one of us. And I accept this greatness. I trust and know that each and every one of us in our own unique, magnificent way accepts this greatness as the construct and flow of our lives. And so it is with purposeful intent that I allow this to be the core of all that shows up in life. With gratitude in my heart and overflowing from within, I simply allow it to unfold. I let it be so. I relax and know that it is so. And so it is. Don't you know God is here? Don't you know God is here? Don't you know Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind, surrender, let it go, let it all go. Surrender the doubts and the fears, let it go. I'm going to get some more water. As we step into this acknowledgement, this is the time in our celebration where we give, and we call it an offering. It doesn't matter what we call it. What I would love for us to understand is that in this week of Thanksgiving, it is an activity of gratitude that is flowing forth in this physical form. We give because we keep in circulation with life, and this is one of the ways that we keep in circulation with life. So I am grateful to each and every one of you, every single person who is part of this community and decides to continue to support this community. And this community does require your support to continue to thrive and be in this world with the message of light and love and the power of creation that is at the core of each and every one of us. There are many ways to give. You can give online at our website, unitytucson.com. You can, of course, call the office during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And you can use a credit or debit card over the phone. You can also send in a check. All that information is on your screen. It is also in the description field of the video. And let us acknowledge the good that we receive in spiritual nourishment by keeping this in the flow. Let's read together the divine givingness statement, which will come up on your screen as a way to concretize this consciousness of giving. Here we go. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source.
Circulate my love right now. Circulate my love.
Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
Circulate my love right now. Circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. Circulate my life right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my life right now. I circulate my joy.
Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda, for that. Thank you so much to the band, of course. There is no virtual gathering today, no virtual social gathering today. For those of you who normally come and join me on Zoom following, there is a board meeting today, so I will be in the board meeting, so no virtual gathering today. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't tell you. Well, I think you could probably figure it out. Read the rest of the book if you haven't already done so. The groups are still meeting this week, and I do want to say thank you to everybody who participated in a group, and especially those who led groups. Karen is one of them who lit our candles today. Karen, Molly led a group, and also Isabel led a group. I am deeply grateful to all of you for your service and the way that you have put yourself out there to be leaders in this community. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to our technical crew who make this possible every single week. Thank you to Wally, Don, Aiden, grateful to have you here. Thank you, Karen, for lighting the candles, and thank you to our board members for being here. I'm going to say thank you because she's here, to my sister, because she's my sister, and for many other reasons, not just because you're my sister. Of course, I want to say thank you to Linda and Joshua and Raphael, grateful that we get to play every single week and have such a good time doing it, so thank you for shining your magnificence through your artistry. I definitely want to say thank you to every single person who has made their presence known through this experience here today. And trust and know that my heart is with you as we move through these odd times. If you need anything, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I am available, and I just want people to know that. As we complete our time here, let us read together the prayer for protection, which comes up on your screen. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Great way to finish the day. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you. Wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you. Wait and see, wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you. And me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart.
Each and every day.
Put a little love in your heart.
There is no better way.
Put a little love in your heart.
It's up to you.
Put a little love in your heart. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.